Hello, everybody. It's your girl Asia from the Rain's Fangirl channel. As promised, I was going to make an Ice Age Rant video like I put in my thumbnail. If y'all go to my thumbnail, I put all future content that will be coming out. I want to do it in order, but I might not. I do know after this Ice Age Rant, I'm going to be doing my I'm gonna be talking about the Mufasa movie that's coming out and why I feel like it won't be a success and why I feel like they're doing way too much with this movie. They're doing something that no one asked for, but yet they're giving it to us. You feel me? And I'm gonna express all of that in the video. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna keep all that for the video, and then I want to talk about the Lion King 2019 live action because I recently just watched that not too long ago. I wanted to put my thoughts out about it a long time ago, but at the time I wasn't ranting or making content like this now. But that's about to change since I watched it recently. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. So I'm talking about Ice Age now. I will be talking about the Mufasa movie tomorrow, and I will be talking about Lion King on Wednesday. Just those are the next what I will be doing for future content videos. But as for right now, I want to talk about the Ice Age franchise. I guess this video really popped in my head since now they just announced they'll be making the Ice Age 6 for whatever reason. I don't know why they will be making the Ice Age 6. I can't begin to tell you. I guess I'm supposed to be excited since those are my generation movies, right? They were within my era. Ice Age is a big part of my childhood. They were by far some of my favorite movies growing up. But recently, I've been rewatching every kid movie you could think of. I've rewatched some that I probably don't remember. I probably forgot that I've ever seen. Some that doesn't really fog my memory. Like I had to rewatch some, and I rewatched every Ice Age movie from the first one to Collision Course. And I can honestly say this franchise is a franchise from my childhood that does not hold up today. Ice Age, after the first movie, literally kept telling the same story over and over and over again. Dead ass. What's the. Okay. Mm. The first movie for Ice Age was such a good movie. It was emotional. It had emotion. You wanted to know why Manny was the way he was. And I always tell this to everybody. The scene in the cave with Manny was always one of the scenes that always made me tear up because he didn't have to say anything. You really saw what he was expressing by his emotions on his face by looking at the wall. He lost his family and you could see it as he was looking at it. So today it was just so emotional. And then as he was moving his trunk and the baby hand was right there on the baby elephant and you see that he tear up, it made me cry because you know, as a kid, I was really like, why the fuck was Manny so goddamn mean? And as an adult, I understand why people could be like that, why people are guarded up, why people don't, show everyone all of them, because we have to sometimes protect that side of us because we may not or may not know that the people we giving all of us to is really fucking with us like that. You feel me? And I just feel like Manny was one of those characters you could say you see in a TV show or a cartoon who isn't very vulnerable, but the moment they get like that, you cry with them because it's like you want them to just express themselves, even if it's not talking, but just do something. And I just feel like that moment was really beautiful. I thought the moment when they had to say goodbye to the baby was also very tear jerking. Like Ice Age, the first movie was just very emotional. It was a very good film, a very good movie to start off the franchise. The second movie, however, when I watched that, I had no idea what the fuck I was watching. Like, the second movie was literally all over the place. They talk about him being the last man myth. He needed to find him a female man myth to make a family. Ellie show up. She thinks she a motherfucking possum. Eddie and Brock, I think that's their names. They're like idiots. They're like Sid, but amped up to like 4,000 of retardedness. These niggas are really retarded. They're funny, but they're fucking retarded, and they're very, very annoying. Sid is very, very annoying. Sid is annoying as fuck. Like, Sid is just a fucking idiot, and they really, like, cranked his idioticness up a lot. To where Collision Course, it was fucking unbearable to fucking watch him. I'm talking about completely fucking unbearable. This nigga just got on my nerves completely. And in the first two movies, Sid was cool. The third movie is when they really started doing that idiotic bullshit. The third one, he was really like annoying the fuck out of me. Like, it was just to the point where it was just driving me fucking insane. So it was like, this nigga is just an idiot. Are they gonna do something other than his character being a fucking moron? It was just fucking annoying. And then Diego, why does Diego exist in this? Why does he exist in this franchise? Diego gets no storylines. He not funny. He's just there as Manny's fucking sidekick. He there as Manny's sidekick and his fucking wingman when he need advice. Other than that, he gets no storylines. He don't push no storylines forward. He don't push the plot. He is just so like uninteresting, and he not funny like at all. So I just don't get it. Like, I don't know. I don't get it at all. Like, I'm like really like mad confused. Like, I just know this franchise just don't hold up as it did back when I was younger. Ice Age has one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. Like, the sequel is so bad to the point where I watched this movie, I felt like I've never seen it before, but I have, but I feel like I've never seen it. Like, Ice Age is up there for one of the worst sequels I've seen. It's up there for, like, if I had to say cartoon or animated movies that I've seen that I feel like that had some really bad sequels, I'm going to say Ice Age 2, The Meltdown, Open Season 2, The Croods, their second movie was stupid. It had nothing to do with the first one. I have no idea what the Croods, the second movie was really trying to... I can't even tell you. Like, I have no clue. Like, when I watched the Croods second movie, I can't even begin to tell you what the hell I was looking at. Like, what am I looking at? I really want to say Lion King 2. Lion King 2 wasn't terrible, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Like, I really could have did without a lot of it that was in the movie. Yeah, I could have did it without some of the shit they put in the movie. I don't necessarily say Lion King 2 was terrible, but I feel like it wasn't really, like, a good sequel. Like, I feel like Lion King didn't need a sequel. That's just my opinion. And it didn't need a sequel. It didn't. Like, if you ask yourself, who really was that curious to see a movie... Like, if you watch it, Lion King 2 had nothing to do with Simba, how you see him being a king. It had nothing to do with any of that. They made the movie really about his daughter, and I just feel like, alright, that's cool, but if this is supposed to be about... The movie literally says Simba's pride, but yet the movie had nothing to do with Simba. It had something to do a lot with his daughter and the love story between her and Kovu. I could have did it without that whole Romeo and Juliet bullshit. If the movie was going to be about Simba, it could have been specifically about that. Like, his journey as king, the falls, like, mistakes he's going to make. You feel me? I just feel like Lion King 2 kind of missed, like, they kind of missed the point. I really don't know what I'm trying to say. I just don't really fuck with Lion King 2 out like that. I really don't. It's not terrible, but it's not necessarily my cup of tea. But I definitely feel like Ice Age is one of the worst. Ice Age 2, The Meltdown, is one of the worst sequels we ever got to a kid movie. Like, it's just bad. Like, it's so damn boring. I feel like they were walking forever in this movie, up to the point where it's like, where the fuck are they going? Why are they just walking and walking and walking? I feel like that's literally what they were doing at Ice Age 2. Like, where the fuck are they going? And then, how the fuck did Manny catch feelings for Ellie that fast? Him and this bitch barely spoke in the movie. All he ever said was that he thinks she's stubborn and she idiotic because she actually thinks she a possum. Like, he barely spoke to her. Like, what? Like, they literally just fell in love out of nowhere. Like, him and Ellie had no chemistry. I felt nothing in their scenes. I just wasn't really feeling them. Like, even like after they get together and you get to see them on Ice Age 3 and 4 and 5 and shit like that, they still don't like grow on me. It's just, they're just weird. I don't know. I just never felt the chemistry between him and Ellie. Oh, Rio 2 is also a really bad sequel. Rio 2 sucks to the point where I literally had to skip that movie to the end because I had no idea what I was watching when I watched Rio 2. I totally forgot. That's one of the worst sequels I've ever seen for a kid movie too as well. Back to Ice Age. Ice Age 3, however, Ice Age 3 was cool. I think the only problem I had with Ice Age 3 was that Sid was an idiot. And I feel like he got way too much screen time. I wasn't against I really forgot his name. The guy with the I forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about in Ice Age 3. The guy who was talking about the dinosaur and all that other shit, who ate his eye and shit. I just don't remember his name. They brought him back for Ice Age Collision Course. I just don't remember his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Fox, Rat, whatever the fuck he is. Him, I wasn't against him being at Ice Age 3. You know, Ice Age 3 is also where Manny and Ellie welcome Peaches. I honestly feel like the franchise could have stopped here. It was a good sit-off, you know. He gets his family. He gets to live happy ever after. His family is together. There should be no reason why Ice Age continue after the third one. In just my opinion, I can't begin to tell you why it like continued after the third movie. I just don't know. I don't think it should have, in my opinion. And then Ice Age Continental Drift was cool, but it was the same storyline as Ice Age 2. Shit is melting, they gotta travel and go somewhere else. Like, that literally has been the same fucking storyline since the second movie. And in the Ice Age 5, meteors and all this is coming to destroy the fucking Ice Age. Is that even realistic for the meteor and all that to come crash the Atlantic? Like, at this point, they were just writing anything. It was like, there was no need for Ice Age 5. It really wasn't. Like, Collision Course was so irrelevant to the point. The first time I ever watched Collision Course was with my sister during the pandemic. I had no idea Ice Age had another movie until I sat my ass down in 2020 and watched that shit on demand on FX TV. Ain't that crazy? That's how irrelevant that movie is. And the first time I watched it, I didn't really remember it. So when I had watched it again on my phone, this movie was completely unbearable. They're walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and talking and talking. Like, they're just walking to where it's like, where the fuck are they going? They just been They are walking literally the whole hour of the movie. They're just walking and walking and walking and walking. And Manny was a complete jerk because he didn't want his daughter leaving. He was so mean to her motherfucking boyfriend, who was nothing but good towards his daughter. I don't know. I just feel like they made Manny character weird at Ice Age Collision Course. Like, he was acting like he was the daughter's boyfriend instead of her father. There's nothing wrong with you being overprotective of your children, but your child can't stay in the nest for that long. He act like she just leaving and going with this man. She told you her game plan. She going to school and her boyfriend is working. Then she said they were gonna move in together. Like, he act like she just was leaving with this man that she just met. Like, no, she gave you her game plan. Why are you acting weird? Like, I just don't get it. Like, he is just weird. Like, he was just really acting weird. Like, just very weird. It was just stupid. Like I think of Ice Age. Like, why the fuck did they kept getting movies? How I look at Kung Fu Panda. Why the fuck does Kung Fu Panda have 4 movies? What's the reason? The fucking sequel wasn't even all that good, and yet it got recommended for 4 movies. I'm not understanding. Even the 4th movie of Kung Fu Panda was terrible because, number 1, I know this is about Ice Age, but I just want to get this out of my system. Kung Fu Panda 4, they hoodwinked us. Hoodwink, bamboozled, led astray. They hoodwinked us because Kung Fu Panda 4 had nothing to do with Tai Lung. That was the only reason why I watched Kung Fu Panda 4, because, you know, I had just got done rewatching Kung Fu Panda, and I saw they was bringing Tai Lung back in Kung Fu Panda 4. Yet, He wasn't even in the movie. Tai Lung came at the end of the fucking movie and then went back. I was like, are you kidding me? They literally wrote Kung Fu Panda 4 stupid. If you wanted to do something where you wanted all past enemies to come back, you could have did something where the fucking, I forgot what it was called, the portal got open and now he has to put them all back. They all could have got loose to where he fighting all his enemies again. The way they wrote the movie was retarded to where it had me thinking for Ice Age. At this point, they just making movies and making dumb storylines to where it's like, at this point, why these movies keep getting recommended for sequel after sequel, sequel after sequel, sequel after sequel? Like, I just don't get it. Like, Kung Fu Panda 4 was terrible. Collision Course was trash. I put the movies on the same scale as Shrek 4. Shrek 4 is terrible. Shrek 4 is absolute garbage. Why was that movie made? I don't get why people say that movie is an underrated gem. I've rewatched Shrek 4 so many times. Try to understand it. Try not to hate it. And I literally cannot. I can't shut my brain off because the movie is dumb. It ruins the first two films of the movie, if you ask me. Shrek 4 tried to ruin the reputation and the love I have for Shrek 1 and 2. Shrek 1 and 2 are the fucking story of Shrek. It is the beginning and in the end. Like, Shrek 1 is showing you Shrek's character, him falling in love with Fiona, and then Shrek 2 is showing you, like, the insecurities of Shrek coming back, you know, meeting her parents not accepting him, and, you know, blah, 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 him thinking he gotta be a Prince Charming to make her happy. Like, it just, would not have been mad if Shrek, the franchise, would have ended after the second one, because it was a great fucking send-off. Like, it was just beautiful. That's how I feel when it comes to Ice Age, the third one. I feel like Ice Age third one should have ended after this one. It had a great fucking ending. Manny gets the family he always wanted after he lost the first one. So why the fuck are we making another movie? What was the point of Continental Drift? And it was the same fucking storyline as Ice Age The Meltdown. It was literally the same fucking storyline. Shit is melting, shit is breaking, they gotta walk, go to safety. Like, it was literally the same storyline. I just don't feel like Ice Age, the franchise, hold up today like it did when I was a child. Because I literally just rewatched all 5 films and I just was like, I like Continental Drift, it's cool. I like Ice Age, the first one. The second one is shit. I like the third one, and the fifth one is completely terrible. But after I just rewatched these again, if someone was to ask me would I ever rewatch them over again, hell to the motherfucking no. I need to watch them one more time and that was it. I'll probably watch the first one again, but anything after that, probably not, because the franchise just don't hold up. There are movies out there that actually deserve sequels that didn't get one. I'm gonna just name a couple that I could think of. Movies that I would not have been mad that should have got sequels but didn't. Over the Hedge should have gotten a sequel. Let me think. Shark Tale should have got a sequel. What else should have got a sequel? Flush Away should have got a sequel. Open Season should have not gotten a sequel. The first movie was cool. Period. You made the second movie for Open Season about motherfucking Mr. Weenie. What? Come on now. Over the Hedge should have got a sequel. We all know that. I fuck with Over the Hedge. I recently just watched the movie and I fucking love that movie so much. It's so funny. It's so good. To where it's like, why didn't this movie get a sequel? Why didn't it? Over the Hedge deserved a sequel. Flush Away deserved a sequel. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't have been mad if Chicken Little got a sequel. Chicken Little should have gotten a sequel. What else other movies should have gotten a sequel? Shark Tale should have got a sequel. There's so many movies I'm thinking of that should have gotten a sequel. Like, Ice Age has 5 movies. They got a 6th one coming out. For what? And you got other movies that haven't even gotten a sequel yet that should have gotten one. What do we talk about? Like, why do people keep making movies that are unneeded? You got Shrek that got 4 movies. Why? Kung Fu Panda got 4 movies. Why? Ice Age got 5. They're about to make 6. For what? And then they made Toy Story have 4 fucking movies. Why does Toy Story have 4 movies? When everyone know fucking well the franchise should have ended after the fucking 3rd one. There should be no reason why Toy Story had a fourth movie, and they got a fifth one coming out. At this point, what storylines are you telling at this point? What the fuck are you doing other than dragging Woody and all of them again in another movie? It's just stupid at this point. It's just dumb. It's just stupid. Oh, Incredibles 2 was a terrible sequel. I totally forgot to mention that. Incredibles 2 was a horrible sequel. Yes, horrible sequel. And they got a third one coming out. See what I'm talking about? For what? For what? Hollywood just don't know when to fucking quit it. It's irritating. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I'm done. Ice Age, the franchise doesn't hold up. I'm out of here.